Hello everybody, this is Gwyneth Isaac speaking here. Now today's video is really seriously important. Okay. I've been wanting to make this video for a while. I've been really slack on making this video, but I went into town on Wednesday, and while I was busy having me pie and me cup of tea, I picked up a newspaper, and guess what was in the newspaper? I bought this newspaper, by the way. I didn't just, knock it off from the cafe. I don't do that. But I saw the newspaper in the cafe, and I went and bought it afterwards just to get it, so that I could show all you fellas, because this is really so important. There is so much Bravo Sierra going on in the world at the moment. I think that we're on the brink of the most apocalyptic something you could possibly imagine. So anyway, there we go. What particularly caught my attention this time? I've already gone into the mass protests in Melbourne. What a lot of these people really need to know what CO2 actually is. I say, well, if anyone wants to reduce their carbon emissions to zero, they're quite welcome, but you have to stop breathing. Oh my God, these people are so stupid. There's so many problems in the world that really do need attention, and they choose carbon dioxide, which is half of the respiration cycle, and without the respiration cycle we all die. Yeah, I'm a scientist and I know that, but environmental scientist, but I know that, but people learn that like when they're in the 8th grade. They learn about the respiration cycle. We breathe in oxygen, we breathe out carbon dioxide. And when we breathe out carbon dioxide, trees breathe in carbon dioxide and breathe out oxygen. And then, all the gases in the atmosphere keep circulating. But what I'm going to talk about today has nothing to do with any of that. And, we just don't need to get a clue. We need to begin talking responsibly about, do we want to live in a 1984 world, or do we want to live as free humans? We really need to have that conversation. And anyway, the newspaper and the cafe had a number of stories that were interesting for me, but one of them really seriously caught my attention. And here I have with me the Herald Sun. Okay, Herald Sun, the date there, Wednesday, whenever it was. Alright, I think you can all see that. Wednesday, whenever the date was. Wednesday. Okay. Tired drivers, a road risk. Test may detect drowsy motorists. I will read. Now that you've all seen, that's in the newspaper. Victorian drivers are ignoring key safety warnings, with more than a third admitting to driving drowsy and illegally using mobile phones. As authorities grapple with a shocking surge in the number of lives lost and car crashes, a new report shows many drivers are not heeding simple messages. It comes as Victorian scientists work to develop a world-first roadside eye test that could catch out drivers who are too drowsy to be behind the wheel. You've got to be kidding me. Really? Notice they don't give any references as to where this paper was published and who the scientists were. Okay? They don't give except that it was put out by the Transport Accident Commission. Whoopie freaking do. A Transport Accident Commission survey of more than 1,600 motorists. Yeah, when was it published and where? References, mate. The 1,600 motorists found 37% of Victorians had driven while fatigued in the past 3 months compared to 34% a year earlier. Okay? Now, I want to really get into some detail here. It says roadside eye test. Wow! Really? Like that you can look in, you actually can look in someone's eyes and see if they're fatigued. That's easy. Okay? But they're not into making drivers safe. Victoria Police are a highwayman cartel, and I would not trust them as far as I could throw them. Got it? They want to put this in. They don't care if people crash their cars. They don't care, anything like that. They just want another reason to go fining people. Okay? And not only that, they want to scan your iris to be a big brother intimidation system. Basically. Okay? They want to monitor you. They want to get you into donating blood on the roadside. That's the roadside blood tests that are now a part of Victoria Police's arsenal of weaponry to stop drug and alcohol use while behind the wheel. Fucking bullshit. Absolute fucking bullshit. They want to iris scan people. They don't care, really, if you drive tired or not. Okay? They don't care. If they cared, I'll tell you a story that happened to me personally. Okay? Just after I moved in here about 6 years ago, I was moving some fencing equipment and I had to do about, 3 or 4 runs between my nearest town that sells farming gear and my home, which is 20 kilometres away. And I had a ute. I had a station wagon and I had the fencing gear, star posts and, mesh wire in the back of the station wagon. And I'd done about 3 or 4 of these trips. And by the time that stuff's really, really heavy. By the time about 9 o'clock came around, I was absolutely bloomin' exhausted. Okay? I pulled over to the side of the road and I said, if I don't stop and rest, I'm going to crash my car. So I stopped and I had a rest by the side of the road. I fell asleep. I fell into a deep sleep for about 3 or 4 hours. Okay? And around about midnight, I got a doof, 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 doof sound on my windshield. And I woke up in a daze and there was a bright light shining in my eyes. And it was my friendly neighbourhood policeman, Brad Hyatt. Woohoo! Big tough guy, Sergeant Brad Hyatt. You pathetic piece of work. Oh my gosh. And he said, what are you doing? I said, I'm trying to sleep. What is it? Oh, what are you doing? I'm trying to sleep. I'm tired. Go away. Oh, I've got concerns for your children. I had my 2 sons with me in the car. The car was kind of messy. Who cares? Who fucking well cares? If an Aussie can't drive around with a messy car, then, we really need to... we all need to have a messy car protest. Anyway, it He said, I'm going to send the families department round to your house. Where do you live? I had my driver's license with me. I gave him my driver's license. He said, I'm going to come round to your house later on. Wow. Really? I said, I was still kind of tired. I said, mate, if you come around to my house later on, that's without a warrant. That's going to be trespass, mate. In the end, he didn't give me a ticket. I hadn't done anything wrong. I was trying to sleep. This is why people don't want to sleep on this side of the road in Victoria. Because moron fascist dictator cops like Brad Hyatt, when we're absolutely buggered out of our eyeballs with tiredness and we pull over and have a sleep by the side of the road in our cars. Never mind if the Sudanese try to hijack us. We'll get some bastard like Brad Hyatt come along, Sergeant Brad Hyatt from Wedderburn come along and knock with their big policeman's torch on our window and shine the light in our eyes and basically tell us they're going to come round to our house in the middle of the night later on. Woohoo! Yeah, I wonder what he was expecting. If I would not like to be. I would have defended my property. I've got every right to defend my property. Okay. I don't wish harm against anyone, but I do have the regular, normal, common law right to defend my own property. Okay? So, anyway, he probably would have just ended up getting sued. But, this is why people don't want to sleep on the side of the roads in this state. Because there's Sudanese gangs out there, carjackers. There's also rabid police that accost women on the side of the road while they're trying to have a sleep. People just want to get back to their own properties and go to sleep there. Okay? This is fascist Big Brother bullshit, iris scanning to dominate and control all of us. And I do not consent. For what it's worth, I do not consent to this BS going on in my state. See you later.